Hello, my name is Hemingway Jones and welcome to the channel. I am passionate about fountain pens, inks, journals, journaling, handwriting, and yes, cursive writing. So this is a video I have been wanting to make probably since I started my channel. So I am super excited to share with you what I have on the agenda for today, and that is I am going to show you how different nibs affect my handwriting. And I have a wide selection of pens here, from the normal ones you would expect, extra fine, fine, medium, broad, that sort of thing, all the way to some of the more interesting ones, including Stubs, Flex, and a Cursive Smooth Italic. And at the end, we can decide which ones look more amazing and interesting, and of course, I will describe the process along the way. I'll let you know which tools I'm using. I'll try to let you know which inks when I remember. Some of them have been inked so long ago, I no longer remember, but we'll do our best. So join me today, won't you, as I show you how different types of nibs affect my handwriting. Okay, let's begin, as we often do, with our tools. And this is Nimozine's beautiful paper made in Japan, quite large, A4 size today, so you should be able to see it. I love this paper. It's lovely and smooth, quite large, and of course you can write either vertically or horizontally. And for pens, I have a bunch of pens. We'll talk about those while we go. So pretty exciting. I, for one, cannot wait to delve in. Okay, my first pen is an absolute classic, the Pilot Custom Urushi in a medium nib. And why am I going medium first? Well, I feel like medium is my benchmark, both me personally and because it's sort of generic and the medium size. It's like if you want a drink, you usually ask for a medium because a small might be too small and a large might be too large. So you ask for a medium. So let's see if our line is right with this. Oh, it's such a great line. It's so smooth, this pen. It's so fun. I mean, maybe you don't get a whole lot of line variation, but wow. It's such a great writing experience. And that means a lot to me. I mean, it means almost everything. I just find this probably one of the most pleasant writing experiences out there. Certainly that I know. Oh, I could write with this all night. Okay, using one of my own quotes in a medium line. Okay, I feel pretty happy with that. So, medium is my default. I will say and admit that it is a little boring sometimes. It's hard to call it boring though when it goes through this beautiful fountain pen that has a bit of give and softness. It's such a cushiony, interesting writing experience. And I frankly feel those lines look amazing. This ink is Konpeki. That's the ink I keep in my Pilot Custom Urushi. It's beautiful. Has a bit of tonal change while you go. You double it up, or if you rest the nib for a bit on the paper, you're going to get more saturation there, and it's going to make it that much more interesting, even with a medium nib. But I don't want to disparage a medium nib. There's a reason why I choose it. It's the perfect balance, you see. Sometimes extra fine and fines can be a bit on the scratchy side, or at least not as smooth as a medium. Sometimes broad is just too flowy. It's just too dramatic and wide. A medium is a good balance between. So I often settle for medium. And this is our first choice. Now let's back up and try an extra fine. Okay, it's time to write with an extra fine, and today we have this gorgeous titanium lava lamp from Gravitas, the VAC 2.0 in beautiful titanium, beautiful tactile titanium with this yellow ink reservoir. window with gorgeous ink sloshing about. What ink is that? It's from Aurora and it's sepia. And the reason is that it cleans up very nicely and I can often spill it onto my fingers. And I bet anything by the end of this video, my fingers look very diverse in ink indeed. But this is an extra fine. Let's see how it does. Well, you know, I'll say that this is putting down quite a bit of ink, which I'm really surprised about. Because often extra fines can almost feel like your ink is stifled, like it's holding you back a little bit, like you're not reaching the highest potential of your inky aspirations. But in this case, I have a really nice flow. And this pen, oh, I'm going off the line a little, but let's not hold that against me. This pen is so well made, so incredible in its tolerances, and very groovy on the grip, which I do appreciate because often with metal pens, you get a very slippery metal grip and your fingers are slipping and sliding all over the place and it's not very pleasant. But in this case, there are small grooves, just making it feel almost like the bottom of a cat's paw or similar. So there's definitely something to hold on to. Oh, I did get a little blue ink on my finger, so I'll blame the pilot for that, but it's pilot error because when I'm writing and talking and doing my thing, I'm not thinking of keeping my hands clean. So, okay, the extra fine here, you're getting a little bit of variation in the ink. I'll say that much. Maybe not as dramatic as the medium, but you certainly do get some, and it's actually pretty impressive. But is it as impressive as a fine, especially the pen I've chosen to express myself in fine ink? We'll just have to see. Okay, my fine ink pen is the often disparaged mighty Montblanc 149 in a fine nib that was tuned for me by Cursive. And when I say this pen is often disparaged, I mean by me. So I'm sorry about that, but I do have some criticisms, but mostly based on price. The actual pen itself, I think, is brilliant. Were it more affordable, I would be very happy. Now I believe, oh, I do remember, the ink I have in here is Montblanc Midnight Blue, and it's fine. So this is going to be fun. Oh, this is a very nice experience. So, ooh, inky. Yeah, you know, whoops, that was me. You know, this is always a pleasant experience. I really do put these pens down, and yet every time I pick one up, I just have a blast with it. Because they are really smooth. Gosh, my line is running off all over the place. I do apologize for that, but yeah, you know, it doesn't really look significantly different than the extra fine, to tell you the truth. And that's owning to how much nib width runs off depending on the brands. But we do have many more to go, and some which are much more dramatic. And I will say, these nibs are finished to be smooth when you get a good one. And if not, you need to have it finished yourself by a nibmeister or send it back, but you're likely to get another one that doesn't write well if you send it back, to be honest, from what I'm hearing. I personally had an issue with this. I took it to Cursive to get it done. And I regret not having it done as a Cursive Smooth Italic, if I'm telling you the truth. But I could always do that in the future. But these nibs, the way they're designed, is to cover a lot of problems with your writing with a generous ink flow, a cushiony, luxurious, indulgent experience. So the writing experience with this is extraordinary. And the dimensions of this pen are extraordinary too. So I wouldn't want to pay full price for it, but I'm awfully glad that I own some of these. It's a great pen. I think we need to try abroad though, don't you? And for broad, there's only one place to go. For broad, I had to go with the venerable house of Pelican. Oh yes, Pelican makes the most scrumptious broad nibs that I could possibly imagine due to their excessive flow capabilities, the absolute joy in writing with a cushion of ink that slides you along as you form your words, and I absolutely love that. It's one of my favorite writing experiences. So I am a huge fan of Pelican's broads. This is a broad. Let's see how it does. This is fun, by the way. Why didn't I do this earlier? Oh my. Oh my. Oh, and did I mention that I decided to use coffee scented ink? So right now, my nostrils are just full with the rich aromatic aroma of coffee. I should have put a period here. Wow, this is so cushiony. Boy, can I write on lines to save my life? Well, one of the issues, to be honest, is when you're filming, I have a camera sort of awkwardly beside me. And I did that because if I put one on the desk, it'll shake. And if I have it freestanding, you get a more pleasant experience as a viewer. And I think you still see it with broad. I guess I have a lot to say about broad, okay? When I first got into fountain pens, I stayed away from broad because the idea of having such a thick line seemed anathema to me. It seemed like it would take away any subtlety, any interest in my writing, and I also thought, erroneously, that you can't write small with a broad nib. But of course you can. It only means that your line is wide, and you can make short, wide lines and form those into words just like any other pen. As a writing experience, though, it's very indulgent. It's really dramatic, it's fast, it's slippery, it's fun. Sometimes it's slightly out of control, and that can be either good or bad considering your perspective. I will say that broad nibs really express ink in a very dramatic and interesting way. And here you see it. The coffee ink looks very rich and very interesting, and it's very aromatic. I can really smell it. It makes me wish it were morning. It's not, it's late while I film this. But it's also perfect and glorious and fun for signing your name. So broad pens are brilliant for name signing. So keep that in mind. But okay, we will forge on because we've covered mostly the bases of the normal ones. So let's get a little weird, shall we? If we're going flex, we may as well go ancient. And in this case, it's the 100-year-old Waterman 52 with a glorious ideal flex nib, not completely super soft, but flexy and springy and interesting. So let's see how this does. And I'm up for the challenge. Oh, wow. And I remember which ink I put in here too. I had to see it before I would speak. But yes, this is the glorious J. Urban Eclat de Saphir, one of my favorite inks. I should also mention that I chose this quote, this Hemingway Jones quote, because it has two of my favorite letters. One is a capital W, which I will put a W in capitals, even if it's in the middle of the word, just because I love the capital W so much. I think it's so cool. You know, I can't see one of these bottom lines sometimes, the way the light is hitting it too. I'm going to come up with like 3 different excuses by the time this video is done as to why I can't write on the line. So please just choose the excuse that suits you, if you would. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Oh yeah, you can see the downstroke here is amazing. Oh, little bug. There's a little bug on my paper. Get out of here. See, the thing about Flex is it is so fun and so interesting, and you really do get a nice line variation. You can especially see it there on the D's. And I searched high and low for a D that would suit me on the channel. Maybe you were part of that. Many of you sent me your D's. I asked for pics of your D's and how you do them, and there they are. And I chose one that worked, and I really quite like this one. So Flex is great. Vintage Flex is better. Sometimes writing Flex can be exhausting. Downstrokes require pressure. Sometimes all that pressure is actually taxing on your hand. It's not fun all the time unless you're doing calligraphy. Now, vintage Flex like this was designed for writing Spencerian, because back when this pen was made in the 1920s, people 60, 50 years old weren't even writing in anything that even looked like modern cursive. It was very flowy, flowery, gorgeous writing in those days. And this pen could handle that kind of fat to thin. Think of old hotel registries or old documents from government places. They were done with these sorts of pens, and of course with dip pens, which were still around and being used, because things don't just disappear. You know what I mean? Fountain pens didn't disappear when ballpoints came out, and ballpoints didn't disappear when rollerballs came out, and no pens disappeared even with digital devices. Things hang on, and dip pens are still out there too. So, wow, Flex is fun, highly recommend it. This is a good choice. My next pen submitted for your approval is the TWSBI Eco. An absolute classic on the Hemingway Jones channel. One of my favorites, and certainly one of my favorite stub nibs. I love their stub nibs. I love the writing experience. I love the simple beauty of this pen. Nothing elaborate, but the more you look at it, the more you notice the cylindrical barrel, but then the faceted piston fill knob and cap. That's a nice touch. The somewhat stylized clip, very, very nice. Metal around the cap, I love that, I think you know. And of course, a glorious, glorious stub nib, not too wide, it's a 1.1, but let's see how it compares with some of the others. Ooh, so I have Tesla coil in here, which is going to be a lot of fun because this paper should express this ink very, very well. Let's see how it compares for line variation as compared to the Flex nib. And how am I doing with the line? Not too bad. I have a friend at work who writes in the middle of the lines, perfectly straight, sort of centered in the middle of his lines. I love it. I've never seen that before. I've never even thought about it. There it was. It was glorious. And I said something. Boy, I'm really going off here. I said something to him. I was like, wow, gosh, I am so sorry. I get distracted, and yeah, but it's all right. It's not about straight. It's about the line variation, I think, more than anything, and kind of contrasting and comparing and see which ones are better. So here's my stubby. Gonna put some light on this. Ooh, oh yeah. You see that? Oh yeah. See the red? Oh yeah, that's fun, right? Anyway, that's ink quality on this paper. But, let me hold it here. You can see the line variation there. 1.1 stub is indeed a brilliant type of nib. So we have a few more. Let's continue. Okay, my next pen is my summer pen. My glorious Aurora Optima O Sole Mio, a beautiful body style. This pen originally came out in 1936, the first iteration. Ooh, it's so pretty. I love the color. I love everything about it. This is an orange cello of a pen. Orange cello, yes, orange cello of a pen. I say that, it sounds funny because I'm thinking both of the drink orange cello, like a limoncello, but also of a cello that's orange, so it's throwing me off. But alas, a beautiful summery pen, a pen that languished in my collection and now is having its day in the sun. So what do we have here? We have a Cursive Smooth Italic. Do I have to write all that out? Okay, I will. I'll have to write it small though. And I don't remember if italic has one L or two, so forgive me. I think it's one. Forgive me, won't you? All right. So many W's. I am in W heaven. I love to write capital W's. I also like to write my S's as if they are sort of G clefs. That's a lot of fun too for me. But the D, yes, I love writing capital D's, and I used to hate them, but I embraced them. In fact, here's a mini, I guess, bit of advice. I hated how I wrote my capital D's. I went in search of one far and wide. I looked at vintage versions, and I had many of you send me your versions, and I actually copied one of yours, and now it's one of my favorite letters. So you can evolve. You can learn to love your handwriting. You just have to accept it. And I am no calligrapher. I make no pretensions to thinking that my handwriting is that impressive. It's improved a lot. If you go to my earlier videos, I think you will see I've had quite the handwriting journey. I should probably grab clips and make a video about how my handwriting has evolved. So I'm very proud of that. But yes, over time, changes are made, but mostly it's about acceptance, about accepting the way you write. And just writing in cursive nowadays is such a brilliant accomplishment, such a rare thing in this world. Just celebrate yourself for that. And by the way, not to disparage you if you print, I love printing as well, so print away. Our next choice is a rare one indeed. And you must be looking at this and saying, Hemingway, have you lost your mind? That is a Lamy Safari. How could you possibly be speaking about a rare nib? One of the rarest nibs, come on, doesn't exist. You are over-exaggerating, but no, my friends, I am not. This is the Lamy cursive nib. So, it's interesting. I'm glad I bought it. It's different. But how different? I guess we'll find out. So, for one thing, it's not a wide nib. So it's sort of like taking a Cursive Smooth Italic and putting it on a fine or an extra fine. So you get some interesting line variation, but it's not the widest line you've ever seen. Not at all, but it's very quick and it flows beautifully, which I really like. And it definitely has that slightly offset feel to it. You can see that it's not a straight up normal line from Lamy, which I enjoy quite a bit. Now, it's made for writing, I believe, kanji script or some other alphabets from China and Japan. So I'm not using it to its fullest, but then am I with any of these nibs? I have to have all suitable humility. I'm not the best writer, but I love writing with different nibs that even feel different. The experience of writing is different. And some of these nibs are different. And I even mean things like mediums can be very, very different, not just in their lines, but also in how they're cut. Some mediums sort of feel like mini stubs because they're cut what I call sort of straight shouldered. So you get this really nice downstroke and this more wispy upstroke, simply on how that medium's cut. A lot of Waterman pens feel that way, even the Corenz. So try it sometime. Very interesting. My next pen is the Blue Dew, which is an extra fine flex. So I thought that might be fun and interesting too. Oh yeah. inky. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is very inky. Whew. I have to dial it back. I'm glad I picked this one. I almost didn't. Ooh, so fun. So fun. Yes, the Blue Dew. Now, this is I'd say kind of a somewhat challenging pen. It's one you definitely want to spend your time with, because if you rush, you could run out of ink flow. But if you're measured and you write with deliberate strokes, which I rarely do, but I should, then you will have an absolutely enjoyable, perfect, fun experience. So slow down, enjoy it, have fun with it, and you'll have great results. So I think now it might add some value to take a look at some of the lines that I created and to decide which one we think is the most interesting, or out of all of them, which ones really stand out. And I'd say in a lot of ways, I feel that the medium, the extra fine, and fine are probably the most dismissible of all of these. The broad really leaps off the page, which is very impressive. The flex, you know, I almost want a do-over. Can I do a do-over on the flex? I didn't do such a great job with the Waterman flex to really get nice flex, but I certainly made it up with the Blue Dew flex. I mean, that looks pretty dramatic and different and interesting. Cursive smooth italic as well. Definitely interesting. And the stub. So I personally, if I were to rank some of these, and let me reach to the flex for some help, I would say the broad, very nice. Stub, also very, very nice. Cursive smooth, and the Blue Dew flex. And if I had to pick a winner, I don't know. I guess I have to be honest. That's what I'm here for. And I will say that I have surprised myself, but I do feel that there's no comparison, that it is the Blue Dew flex. I think that is the best expression of handwriting here. The way that says write, can I even do that with this? No, I can't quite do it with this. The Blue Dew, it just is next level. Wow, you know, that's impressive. The Waterman looks fantastic too, but the Blue Dew, I think, is where it's at here, and which one looks the best. So I suppose on that incredible bombshell, and this incredible kind of exercise that I've been putting off for so long, and as always in my journey, my fountain pen journey, my ink journey, I have learned something I wasn't expecting, and that is that my handwriting out of all these pens looks best with the Blue Dew flex. Who would have thought? Certainly not me. So what do you think? Am I right? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of Nibs? Which one inspires you? Which one do you choose? I'd like to know that too. The conversation always continues. And if you've reached this point in this video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you on this journey with me, especially if you're on a handwriting journey. I consider myself a curator of handwriting, and I always love to share with you when I have a new idea. So I make all kinds of videos on all kinds of topics, but they all revolve around putting your phone down, picking up a pen, writing, getting inspired. And if you want to support the channel even more, then please not subscribe, join. Please join the channel. There's a join button next to the subscribe button. If you want to join the Pen Pal group for Illuminati and Cognoscenti members, we have that too. So I'd love to have you behind the scenes. So I make new videos all the time, and I have a live show each week. So I can promise you we will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care and keep writing.